initiative launched by the President Obama in Kuala Lumpur in April 2014, and this initiative has taken us from ideation into implementation.
Hi, can you imagine that an 18-year-old friend of mine is now heavily in debt? She ran away from home because she took up loans and she busted the credit card because she went shopping and took up a very expensive holiday. There are many teens like that today. The richer kids take up credit card loans, but the poorer kids don't even get to go to school and don't even have food on the table. What we plan to do with this team is that we want to introduce financial literacy program across all ASEAN countries. To begin with, we will first focus on 5 countries to pilot them, and within the 15 months, we will do that across all ASEAN countries. Today, we also know that household debt contribute to up to 8 or even 15% of a nation's GDP. And this is in fact a very worrying phenomenon that we see. In ASEAN, if we look at Myanmar, we have 33% of the entire population of Myanmar are living below poverty line. 32% in Cambodia also living below poverty line. Of course, we don't get data from Brunei and Singapore because they are slightly more developed nations within ASEAN. But what we want to say is that out of the 600 million population in ASEAN, 60% are youth, and that constituted to 360 million. Of these 360 million of them, we are looking at 72 million based on an average average population living below poverty line in their respective countries are actually youth. So this is how serious the problem is. Therefore, what we have done with this project is that we would like to introduce the financial literacy program. Our vision is to create generations of financially responsible youth and to bring financial education to youth between the age of 12 to 35 in all ASEAN countries. And what will be our goals? We aspire to inspire and empower financial planning decision making for individuals and families through early stage of their adulthood. So how are we going to do that? We have already split out our modules into 3 categories. Those who are aged between 12 to 18, we want to teach them what it means, what's the value of money. We want to develop good money habits. We want to teach students how to protect their own money. We want to teach them what's the difference between save, invest, donate, and then when they have extra, they get to spend. We want students to know how to prioritize what it means to them, what do they have with their money and what it means to them and how they can spend it. For younger adults at the age of 19 to 25, we want to start introducing cash flow management and then to teach them the difference between debit card and credit card, to let people know how to spend and live within their means instead of just spending. And then we hope to teach this group of intermediate students how to budget their own money. For slightly older young adults at the age of 25 to 35, and this will be the group of people that has just finished their education, finished their universities at the first or second, even third job. We want to teach them about financial planning, management, how to invest their money, how to do their taxes. A bit of our implementation plan. We prepared, we already developed our project plan. We have got the budget done. We identified the KPI. But once we are done with preparation, we will develop the curriculum, have the toolkit, social media as one of our promotion tool, and to market it, to bring it to public. And then we are going to implement it by recruiting trainers, recruiting students, bring this out all over to 5 countries at the beginning. And then while we are doing all the other 3 processes, we will continuously monitor and evaluate what we are doing and see how we can improve them. This will be our strategic plan. We have got the buy-in plan laid out. Financial sustainability plan is there. Our target group is very clearly defined. And we want to recruit experts and trainers who would like to come on board to assist us. Marketing and recruitment strategy. We have got a comprehensive 360 media campaign done already. What we need to do now is to recruit people to come on board, especially tax experts, facilitators, trainers, financial experts, and mentors to come help us. Let's talk about money. Without money, no project can take off. This would be our initial budget for one country during the first 15 months. This looks like a big budget, but however, if you look at it very clearly, 73% of our budget will be spent on curriculum. And what does that mean? This is going to be the fixed cost for the entire ASEAN. This is going to be one-time costing that we are going to spend to develop curriculum. And once that is that is done, everything else there in different colors will be variable costs. We have also targeted a few funders. A 1 million project per country seems like a big funding to ask for a small project like ours, but trust me, all investment banks, all commercial banks, everybody wants to, everybody's looking at this region because this is going to be the engine of growth for the entire world. ASEAN and in fact Asia plus China plus Korea plus Japan, ASEAN plus 1 plus 3 and even plus 6. We are in fact the emerging nation of the world. So 1 million project per year for a country, petty cash. Who are we? We are an experienced group of.
Because we're way over.
Okay, this is us. Experienced, done all the projects, and we hope that you will invest today for the success of tomorrow.
The biggest challenges really is that young people don't control their money. They're invested in parents. The parents are the one that control the finances. Just very quickly, how will you give the power back to the young people? Because usually they're earning for their family, and so that is one of the chief reasons why there's no savings, at least for the developing countries. Some of the developing countries you named.
I would take it from a very different perspective, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think from your statement, the assumption that you are making is that parents control money and children don't get to hold their own money. But let me prove you wrong. When I was 7 years old, and when I trust that once everybody go to standard 1 at 7 years old, you get pocket money. It could be 40 cents a day, it could be $1 a day. How do you spend the $1? That's also prioritizing. Do you save your $1 a day for a week, $5? You go buy something at KFC, or you save 50% of that to buy a storybook at the end of a month. That's how you prioritize spending. It is not having the sense of how to protect and how to spend your money is not about having 1 million to protect and to save.
Yeah.
Even with $1, if you know how to spend the $1 wisely, you will go very far. Do I answer your question?
No, I was talking about the youth that don't control their money. They work. They're mostly, you're talking from a wealthy country. I'm talking about most of the countries that you said
below poverty
here,
line.
Yeah, most of the I think 3 of the 4 that you mentioned are all poor nations where the children don't. They have to earn for their family. So
correct. But once they earn for their family, they will also once they understand, once they are literate financially, they may also be able to advise their parents how should the money be spent because they contribute to the coffers at home.
Right. Okay, that's good.
Great. You had a good plan.
Yeah.
Just I would just watch your time next time.
Okay.
Just keep it concise, but you have a lot of good stuff in there.
Thank you. Any questions?
We just usually 2 of us because there's limited time, but I think it was really great. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.